Obviously, some talented pieces, well thought of in the top 25, but a lot of season to go out.
There he goes. And they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line. Completing a forward pass was much like solving the Rubik's Cube for Michigan a year ago, but now, Jesse, they have the nation's top recruit in Bryce Underwood, and the key is to develop him.
Yes, because he is the future for Michigan. There is no question about it. We just saw just 2 seasons ago when you've got a quarterback who's dynamic, who's highly recruited and developed, a guy like J.J. McCarthy, the sky's the limit for Michigan. He can win national championships. That's the hope for the Wolverines moving forward.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle him, wear him out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Back to pass. Caught in the backfield. It's Haynes. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there.
They try to get the ball to running back quick and let him get some space, but there was absolutely no space. They penetrated quickly, and they got him before he could even get going.
Underwood. Here comes the heat. Blasted as he lets it go.
QBs and receivers on 3rd down, everything has to happen just a split second sooner. You're expecting pressure, the quarterback gets hit, just on the same page with his target.
And now pat the kicker on the tail and tell him to go give it a shot. He says he can kick one from 75, but here he's going to need just 58 of them. No good. After the miss, no change in the score.
You can't miss opportunities like that. You're playing on the road in a hostile environment. You're trying to seize momentum right out of the gate. You get a nice drive to start the game, and then you miss the field goal. You don't get any points to show for that. If they're going to win this one, guys, they've got to take advantage of those types of opportunities.
They thought it was worth the risk to try that 58-yard field goal, but now they put their defense in a tough spot. 1st and 10 from the 41. One back in the backfield. He gets the carry.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's 1st down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up, get some movement at the point of attack, and find a little crease for your running back.
After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. Looking to fire. That's reeled in. It's McClain. Made a good job in coverage there. They stop it after just a few. The Sun Devils come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. Wants to throw. It's Levitt. It's complete. And he was knocked down immediately short of the line to gain. They'll have to make a decision here.
I mean, good news here, they get the completion. Bad news, though, not enough to pick up the 1st down. The target there, he's got to do a better job understanding where the 1st down marker is, make sure he gets the right depth on his route. Now, all of a sudden, head coach has a big decision.
And the Sun Devils will try to pick it up on 4th down. Sends it back in motion. He'll take it himself. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And these are the plays you know exactly what you're going to get up front. The offensive line does a great job blocking. Just create a little bit of a hole. Pound through that hole. That running back, they can't tiptoe, they can't dance. Run north-south and get that 1st down. Nice job.
The Sun Devils will line it up on 1st and 10. wants to go up top on first down. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete. So now it's 2nd and long.
Go! Go! Come on, set!
After the incompletion, back to the passing game. It's a short pass to the tight end. Didn't pick up a lot there, moving forward just a few.
Nice job by the defense staying glued to him. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat, I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job on the defense.
It'll be 3rd and long.
Easy!
From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. A strike downfield.
This defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field, and they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
And down he goes back at the 3.
The defense was dialed in. They knew exactly what they were doing. They weren't fooled by it. They weren't fooled by the read game at all. Played discipline, kept eyes on the quarterback, strung that along towards the sideline, and made the big tackle.
Behind the line, getting set for the extra point now, but he was good looking in for the first time. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. That drive covered 62 yards for the touchdown, and they finish it up with a 3-yard scoring toss. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just hit the knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So here comes the Michigan offense. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. He'll do it himself. Really nice job to squirt his way up to the 31-yard line.
I suspect we can see that same exact play. They make it look really easy, running the option down the line of scrimmage. QB making good decisions and keeping them in good second down situations.
And the Wolverines can really attack on this 2nd and short. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play. These RPOs have really evolved. At one time, it was just a short pass, a little pop pass you would look for every now and then. This time they took a shot off.
And these RPOs have changed coverages for the defenses. I mean, the zone coverage nowadays is out the window because I got to find a way to somehow match up with you and take away all that short stuff. Okay, well, my answer is now I'm going to take shots down the field. Great job by the defense understanding what they were seeing.
They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. On the snap, it's Haynes. He is going nowhere. This defense is manhandling this running game on the last couple of snaps.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, keeping their guys holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
The Wolverines now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Looking for a man. It's Underwood. Fires to the big top. And he's brought down after a nice gain. coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can be...
He's going to let one fly down the middle. Hits him in stride inside the 10. The tackle is made, but he's got it first and goal from the 6.
And how about the big strike down the field? I love when offenses take shots down the field, try to make big plays. Now they're set up in the red zone.
After that huge gain, now a chance to cash it in from just outside the 5. A first down run on the doorstep. He pushes his way down to the floor as they get closer and closer. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and Arizona State has the lead. We've put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. Starting off this quarter, close enough to smell the goal line. Off the bootleg and rolling out. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. Touchdown, Michigan! Quick strike through the air for the score.
You get down here on this part of the field, and the field shrinks so much. You play so aggressive, and you're playing all eyeballs on the run, and a nice sleight of hand by the offense. Bring out the play action. He hits his guy right behind where the guys are supposed to be. They come up to play the run, out of position, touchdown for the offense.
Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Brown. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Arizona State has the ball back in the offense, making its way onto the field. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. They've got it at the receiver position, so if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down.
42 Spider.
Quarterback may change this route. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection. Gonna have to come up with a play on 3rd and 10 from inside their own 20. Back to throw, it's Levis. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
Well, after giving up that touchdown on the opening drive, they had a little bit of a come to Jesus with their defensive coordinator on the sideline. I don't know what he said, but he, I think, just invoked the fear of God into this defense because this 3 and out has been sensational, dominant. This is the way they've got to play moving forward.
Three straight incompletions, and undaunted, they'll go for it on 4th and 10. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Looking to the big tight end. And the incomplete pass turns it over in their own end.
Yeah, and I tell you what, that takes some some onions to go for it in your own territory like that. I mean, they're treating this like it's a video game. They don't even care. They don't worry about the outcome. No big deal.
They'll give it to the back. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverine. Offense did exactly what it's supposed to do with a start like that.
When you're set up with that field position, you're thinking touchdowns. You're not thinking field goals. It's exactly what the offense does. It takes advantage of great field position.
So after getting into the end zone on that last drive, they're set to kick it away. Fielded in the end zone, it's Brown. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. That fourth down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it. Everybody wants to, but the defense sometimes has to bail out your decision making. We decided to go for it. We didn't get it. The defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations before. So you've got to come back out here, take the field. It's a fresh set of downs, brand new drive. Let's go out and execute, put some points on the board.
It'll be a 1st and 10 from the 29. Dropping back, it's Levin. Good timing on the quick out. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
QB, excellent location on that throw. Out route against man coverage, you cannot miss. If you throw that behind, that might be a pick six. So nice job by the quarterback with his accuracy.
Got some of the work done on first. Now let's see what they have on second down.
Let's go!
Wants to go up top. Makes the grab. They knock him down, and he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
On the double.
And the Sun Devils have it with a 1st and 10.
Lasso!
Gets the back moving. To the air on first down. Fires to the middle. It's caught. It's McClain. They get it on the ground at the 37, but give him 15 yards on that chunk play, and they'll move the chains. It's first down from the 37-yard line.
Tuna! Tuna! Timber! Timber! Ready to go!
Wants to throw again. Shoots it to the left. Finds a room to throw that one in there. He broke away from the defense and they couldn't catch him. Extra point here with time to gain.
This guy is officially a problem. Second receiving touchdown of the game. Nice job on the offense, too. I've got a matchup I like. They continue to pick at it until they stop.
He'll bring it out. It's Morgan. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
Well, I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you've got to find somebody that can make a play and create something. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
Plenty of work to do here on Looking downfield, it's Underwood. Setting up the screen. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Those screen passes, I want those defensive linemen to run right up the field, and I want to throw it right over their head where I got some space and I can get my running back going. That is the opposite of what happened right there. There was no space. He couldn't even get going.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down.
Well, the defense finally has figured it out. That was critical for their confidence because they had been scored on earlier. They'd given up a ton of yards. I think they understood the gravity of the situation. Third down, that was critical for them to get off the field, build momentum, build some confidence. Nice job that time by the defense.
So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Fourth down and 10, and barely a thought of kicking it. They'll go for it. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He's taking the shot. And that one falls incomplete. A huge stand by the defense.
Well, I knew the coach was confident in his offense. I did not know he was that confident this early in the game. Fourth and long. I thought he'd just punt that one away and let his defense take the field. Interesting.
Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half.
Here we go.
They'll go to the ground. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those five guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those five offensive linemen.
Rush is on him. Finds his target down the middle. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went and not picking up the first.
We'll take a quick break here. 2 minutes to play in the first half. They are in danger of squandering this great field position unless they can convert this 3rd and 5. He couldn't find anywhere to go, and now it's 4th down.
Man, this defense just has so much speed. You saw it on that 3rd down play. The offense is trying to get a quick one, see if they can get a block and maybe spring a guy free, but the pursuit, wow, that was so good defensively.
Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to take the 3. And the holder will put it down on the left hash, a 34-yard attempt coming. Good, right down the boulevard. And they regain the lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Texas A&M packed a wallop today, and in many ways it felt like it packed the 12th man with a tune. This was supposed to be a road test, and instead it felt like a walk through the park in College Station. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still two quality programs. proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they come to the line, and the Wildcats going to give them a different look. Motion from the back. On the direct snap, it's Haynes.
The offense turns it over. And talking to their coaching staff before this game, they talked about how important it was to have good ball security and not give the opponent extra possessions. That time, poor decision by the quarterback, and the defense made them pay.
Lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they've got. Direct snap. It's Brown. Found a little room out of the Wildcat. That time just short of the first down.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every day. I mean, when you can run that on the first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
Unloads to the wideout. Catch in the middle. It's Tyson. The stop is made, but this offense is free. First and goal from the line.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
The Sun Devils have it with a first and goal.
Down.
They run the reverse. Outstanding work by this defense, reading their keys, staying at home, and knocking him down for a loss.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Back in motion, trying to clear the picture. Back to pass, it's Levitt. Throws for the tight end.
There's so many coaches out there in two-minute situations at the end of the half of the league that'll just be happy taking the lead into halftime. This guy's staying aggressive, though. Pedal to the metal, David, and you saw it paid out there for the touchdown.
And let's finish this half now. Now we got a nice lead, built a little bit of lead. But the defense has to go back out there. There's still a little bit of time. So get that stop to keep that momentum you just got, and everybody
drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out of the end zone and came up a little short. Arizona State has the ball back and the offense making its way onto the field. They had this lead to start the third quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They didn't, but the quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious in the first half. And so this first drive, you want to continue that. You want to see good decision-making. You want to see him playing on time. And as always, delivering the football.
I mean, I don't know how I don't give him the football. It's the reason I built the lead. He's the guy that I can trust. This offense is built around him, so I expect more of the same here in the second half.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Grab over the middle. It's Hamilton. Steamrolling the defense. They round it out of bounds. Mark it down at the 38, and this offense might have something going.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead. They know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking on that last play call by the offense.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line.
Moves. Hornet. Griffin.
Looking to pass. It's Levitt.
Man, this is how we do it. Defensively, you go into halftime, you make adjustments. You talk about, we've seen him do this, we've seen him do that. Let's get ready for it. Let's have a plan. Plan executed. You could tell they knew it was coming, did a great job defensively, forcing an interception right out the gates to start the second half.
Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Quarterback floating away from pressure. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Back to pass. Makes the catch. It's McCulley. And he goes out of bounds, but finally this passing game gets something going here as they try to rally.
Well, the defense did a nice job taking everything away down the field, but once the drag route was caught, they just couldn't rally to the ball carrier in time to make a tackle, and as a result, new set of downs.
Caught in the backfield, it's Haynes. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning. He wants to throw it again. He's got it and still on his feet. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan. They'll try to tack one more on their score. So much about the passing game is about timing, execution, communication, and these two, that's a virtual textbook there.
And no doubt about it. And the receiver making plays for his quarterback, being dependable, running the route to the right depth consistently. Does a great job running his route. Great result he does it.
Coming out with it, it's Brown. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. That lead has dwindled down to 3. Now to see if they have a response. Not much there. They'll give him 1 to the 14.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. To the air. It's Levitt. He lets it fly. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on 2nd down, and they'll be left with a 3rd down.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game. Throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
Throws to the wideout. Picked off. Way to set him up. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Well, the good news is after that second pick of the third quarter now for this guy, they're still winning the game, but they are living dangerously right now. And they can't expect to hold on to that. This guy keeps making bad decisions like we've seen here now in the first period of the second half.
It's got to be frustrating because you always talk about taking care of the football, and you've got to lead in the second half. You need your quarterback to play smart.
Going for 6. Ball's incomplete, and he did everything perfectly except catch the football. 2nd down cover.
I love the attitude by this team. They just got a critical takeaway. You're set up in amazing field position down in the red zone. Take a shot. Go right now and throw it. Don't even wait. There's zero hesitation. Force the defense on the very first play of the drive. You'll have to step up. The defense did exactly that. If you're on offense here, I don't know. I just throw it again.
Really good job by this defense, understanding responsibility football, playing the first option, playing the second option. There was absolutely nowhere to go. Nice job being dialed in exactly where the ball was going and how to get him to the ground.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw.
Really nice third down sub defense there that time. It's 3rd and long. They're expecting a pass. Looks like it looks. They're trying to change the picture pre-snap to post-snap to confuse the quarterback. Now forcing the incompletion, setting up for it.
Nestled just inside that right upright. And it's a deadlock here in the 3rd quarter after the field goal. All tied up and just about set to kick it away. He'll bring it out. It's Brown. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Arizona State has the ball back in the offense, making its way onto the field. Grab behind the line, it's Tyson. And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a first down.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
And the Sun Devils, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. He has the pressure still on his feet. All down, but he has enough to move the chain.
And that is just an attitude run, running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. Back to throw, it's Levitt. Here's a hit. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
This QB has been so comfortable all day long. Obviously having a ton of success. You've got to affect him. You've got to put some hits on those body blows so you can make him wear out and physically feel you. This is the first time really getting to him. This defense needed this bad.
Wants to adjust the pattern. Going to swing it on second down. Looking left. And they're not on the same page there.
And when you're a quarterback, man, I know wide receivers are great athletes and they're supposed to catch everything that gets in the earth, but when you don't put it right on the center when they're running a lot of times, it just makes it a little bit more difficult. And I think he did that a little bit too much for his wide receiver right there.
They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires left. Another incompletion on third down.
Third and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, fourth down.
Three straight misfires has left them staring at 4th and 10, but they'll try it again. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down.
I know that was tough, but as a quarterback, you got to know on fourth down, you cannot take a sack. Any way, shape, or form, you've got to be able to get rid of that football and give it an opportunity. That time, I know it wasn't blocked perfect, but the quarterback's got to have more sense of urgency.
Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when
he holds one deep down the left side. Makes the grab, gets the foot down, just precision execution on that big play.
Man, it has got to be so rewarding as an offensive coordinator when your play call perfectly counters the defense's call, and that's exactly what we saw there. That play targeted the coverage's biggest weak spot, and it led to a wide-open receiver.
The coach still thinks he was right. The officials say he was not. The challenge is denied, and the timeout is gone. Back to pass, it's Underwood. Using his legs to buy some time. And it'll be incomplete. He got on the move trying to make something happen, but just couldn't find the man. Operating in the red zone here on second down. A run for the quarterback. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed. He's not the biggest guy in the world, so he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Buys a little time with his feet. Touchdown, Reed. And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half. What a run for this playmaker to just elude the defense and get in for the score.
And I tell you what, defensively, you can't let this guy get on the edges. You cannot give up contain. Your defensive ends, you got to stay outside. You got to make sure you know this guy's going to scramble and try to make plays. You got to make sure you keep him in the pocket.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Brown. He was looking for some running room and not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. sticks on second down. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Wants to fire on second down. The short hands, it's Brown. It's a fumble. They recover their own fumble. The offense avoid that disaster. I don't know if it was luck or aggression or just a fortuitous bounce, but at least they've got the ball back.
But one thing I do know, Reese, this running back has got to do a better job with ball security. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win this game. They're very lucky they were able to jump on top of that.
Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains, they were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down.
And you got to expect this offense to go for it again here on fourth down, right? Obviously trailing, we're in the second half, but we saw them try to go for it on fourth down early. Didn't have any success. They've got to dial up a better play here.
What a turning point this could be. The offense is going for it inside its own 30. On fourth down, looking for the completion. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work. So here comes the Michigan offense. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Dropping back, it's Underwood. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived. And down he goes at the 30.
How nice is it as a defense? You can drop 7 guys in coverage, only rush 4, and still get it. That makes you feel good about being quarterback.
The Wolverines have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's second and a mile. Looking to fire. Finds his tight end. And as they get him to the ground, clock running, looks as if time will expire here in the third. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. They've done the work to build a nice cushion. Now to bring it home as we check out the stats after 3 quarters. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up this third down play. Moving away from pressure. And as he throws. And they can't make the connection on third down, but hold everything. There is a flag. Let's see what that's about. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Coming to the line of scrimmage at the 30. It would be a long field goal, but they'd love to pick up a few here on third and long. And you can give all the credit to the crowd for that one. Offense, no chance in calling it a false start. Let's see what they do on third down. Looking to throw, it's Underwood. He lobs one high down the left side. Here's an interception. Oh, did they need that time? He stopped not much on the return, but a whole lot in getting the football.
Let's go. Talk about leaving the door open. Yes, please. You think they might run the clock out, run the football consistently? No, sir. They put it in the air. We forced the interception. Great job by the defense. When they needed it the most, they came through.
Motion from the wideout. This quarterback part of their running game. And he
that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a ball.
It's Tyson. They finally get him on the ground. This junior turning in a big play after the catch.
I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
Quarterback making adjustments. Looking to throw on first down. The short hands, it's Hamilton. He makes the stop at the 33-yard line. It's a pickup of 15, and they've got it in plus territory.
And when you run those drag routes, it just takes a little bit of know-how. And when I say that, the receiver's got to understand, find space. My quarterback's going to find me. He's looking for that space at the same time. Nice throw, nice catch. Way to get the first down.
Rolling, looking right. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
Oftentimes as a quarterback, when you have success early, you earn the right to take more shots. I think that's what you're seeing now in this game. We're here late, we're still throwing it deep because this quarterback's thrown 3 touchdown passes. He's proven to his coach that he can get it done and he can make the right decisions and not put his offense in harm's way. And that's why you're still seeing them throw it vertically downfield.
Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Looking to throw, it's Levitt. Starting to feel a little pressure. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win 1st and 2nd down. You set up 3rd and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody on the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force 4th downs.
The Sun Devils will punt this one away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Touchdown, Michigan! Special teams proving to be special. That return man saw daylight the instant the ball touched his hands, and he darted to it and took it to the house.
And Reese, I think it's one of the hardest things to do in football, to catch the ball as all these guys are flying around you, and you got to take it and make a miss, try to find spaces and creases that aren't there. Great job making a huge play. Special teams and punt returns coming up big.
He'll bring it out. It's Brown. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone and not work out as he stopped at the 13. We thought we'd see a little wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. They'll send the back in motion. On the direct snap, it's Brown. It'll fall incomplete. A little creativity on first down, but it doesn't work. It'll be 2nd down.
This is a fun spot to be in defensively. Like, it's late in the football game. You know they're passing the football because you're up a couple of scores. You pin your ears back. You try to get to the quarterback. Play smart. Make sure you rally to the football tackle and don't give up the big plays.
Caught over the middle. It's Hamilton. Now they've got even more leading room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs.
This defense has really done a good job containing this superstar quarterback. But now it's a big-time moment. In the 4th quarter, you know the ball's going to be in his hands. Got to get to him. Got to ruffle his feathers, hit him a few times, make him feel uncomfortable.
Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Quarterback moving.
skill, and they've got speed, and because of that, this defense, they can't lull themselves to sleep. They've got a big lead here late, but they've now given up back-to-back big plays. They got to put the clamps down.
And the Sun Devils will snap it on 1st and 10.
Cobra.
Gonna look downfield again. Unloads it left. Beautiful throw. Monster run into the tail for the first down.
There's no quitting this team. Obviously, they're trailing late in the game, but they're trying to make it happen. We've seen 2 big plays now, back-to-back. They're putting pressure on this defense.
Now inside the 20, 1st and 10 from the 18.
Lasso.
They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit, and Nick will pick up there.
Hey, listen, it's important at that position to be able to be good off schedule. Everything's easy when it's on time. You can get the ball out. But when things break down, they get off schedule. You've got to have a guy back there that can make the right decisions. He did exactly that.
Going to work in the red zone. They can pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone.
In blue. In blue.
Off the play fake. He's got it on the run. He's run out of bounds, but they've got it now. 1st and goal. That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot and the quarterback gets it to him early, he can turn upfield, and you saw that right there.
The Sun Devils trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal.
Let's go.
They'll try to get it in with the run. And they catch it. Precision blocking up front. Created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, and it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those throws and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
A lot of eyeballs on your game, guys, and a few on this interesting matchup as well. BYU is getting smoked, and even though this might seem surprising, I'm not sure the folks around that program feel that way. Something is up there in Provo. They're trailing by 15 to TCU. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Breaks out in the open. Gets it past the mark. He finds enough daylight and gets it out across the 45. Out of bounds at the 47, and a big run there.
I'll tell you, the defense is going to have to do a much better job containing these outside run plays. They better be able to funnel the football back to the middle of the field, because this guy with his speed can kill you like he did on that outside run play there to the left.
They'll put it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. And there was nowhere to go. Just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And after that negative play on offense, we can lead late in the game. I think there's still ways that you can be creative and run the football, but not be so obvious. So zone read type plays, fake dives, and pitches to the running back to get him outside, jet sweeps. We can find other ways to keep the clock moving, even though the defense knows you're going to run it.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Give to the running back. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. deliver the knockout throw, but this carries big-time risk on fourth down. Home his own number. He can't quite get there. A fourth down stop, and now we might just have a finish.
What a great stop by this defense. Way to build your neck. Now you got a chance to give the offense the football back, go out, and try to make something happen late in this game, and maybe walk away with the victory.
So the first play of the drive will come from the 43. Through the air, it's Levin. Quickly complete.
This quarterback has been really good today. Been on top of it, seeing things really, really well. That pass right there put him over the 300-yard mark. That's a pretty good day.
They'll snap it from the 47 on first down. Caught on the line. It's Hamilton. And he's chased out of bounds, but not before he gets the first down. Stops the clock and has him on the move, trying to get the late score.
Well, so far, this 2-minute drive is exactly what you want. They are saving clock. Guys are getting out of bounds. They need a touchdown. And right now, there's just really good awareness of where everybody is on the field, and the quarterback's making good decisions.
Looking to throw on first down. Got him downfield. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. And the offense didn't need to accept the penalty thanks to that big play. And the Sun Devils line it up with a first and goal. Motion from the wide receiver. On the move. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Home crowd not going to love it. You got to throw the ball to win this game. They do not like the play call with not a lot of time left in the game.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Might be calling a hot route. Fires to the end zone. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
One of the things you have to be impressed about this defense is that they've got guys in the back end who can cover man-to-man or zone. That last one gets swatted away. They're in a situation where they're expecting pass. You know this is going to be a tight window to throw into if you're the quarterback here.
If they can pay off this third and goal opportunity, man, oh man, those collars start getting a little tight across the way. Grant behind the line. It's Butler. They'll stop him short on third down, and this defense trying to make sure they stay on top. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. Trailing and getting deep in the game, they'll go for it here on fourth and goal. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. And this could prove to be the biggest play of the game. They'll go for it on fourth and goal. To the air, it's Levin. Oh, they're after him. Trying to find the end zone. He's trying to get it. And 6 more and triple downs.
In this situation now, if you're on offense, what do? You kick the extra point, tie it, and hope for overtime? Or are you aggressive? Do you decide to go for 2 right here and see if you can take the lead with just seconds left in the game?
like he's going to bring it out. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. They'll start this drive going to the air. Pressure coming. He gets rid of it, but I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, here comes the flag. And here comes the offense on second down. To throw, it's Underwood. He's got him back in the middle. And stiff arm got him a little space, but he'll be knocked down at the 11.
And that's a perfect job by this defense. Like, you can give up those little small gains to lay down the field. The clock is your friend. You don't want to give up big plays. Don't want to give up those first downs, and just make that clock work.
Here on third down for this offense. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. All right, guys, so here we go in overtime. And just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possession starting on the opponent's 25.
And it's so nice to be on defense first, just to set the tone, to understand what you need. Try to hold them to a field goal. The offense knows they can do their job to go out and get a win. Just 2 possessions, Palmer. Like, you got to be at your best.
Yeah, and I love the new rules, too, because in the third overtime possession, it goes to alternating 2-point plays. Back and forth. Who's got anything left in the tank here in OT?
So here comes our first play of overtime. Leaves it with the back. Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20.
Man, you play this whole game back and forth into overtime. Now you got a chance to set the tone, run the football in overtime, and be a little physical.
And if you can run the ball and not put it in jeopardy by throwing passes, that's a great way to finish the deal. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Off play action. Almost. The huge interception there. Man, what a change that would have been. Instead, we're looking at third down.
Man, they could have flipped that field in a hurry, right? They've given up some yards. They're sitting in their own red zone. A chance to make a big play. Yeah, he could have made that interception and could have flipped this field.
They'd love to strike first with a touchdown. They'll try to keep the drive alive on third down. Looking for a man. It's Sims. Buying some time. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
Man, they just couldn't find a hole. Down in the red zone, the field shrinks. So much harder to complete those passes. But 4th and short. Now, decision time, baby.
So they'll send out the field goal team to try to take the lead here in overtime. Just drives it between the uprights. And now they'll take the lead.
And you want a touchdown, you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence. Down the road, and I can trust this guy.
Trying to escape and get it himself. Out of bounds at the very edge of the red zone at the 20.
They're showing run to the left. They're trying to go bootleg back to the right, but you're seeing the speed defensively sideline to sideline. They do
job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
Here in the second overtime, they'll snap it on first down. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Dances away from the pressure, going to his left. Got out of trouble and throws. And that one's incomplete.
Listen, sometimes you know as a quarterback that you got to scramble, get outside the pocket, nothing's there, and to fight another down. Good job not forcing the football. Completion, move on.
So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give him a different look. On the direct snap, it's Haynes. There he goes. They finally made the stop, and the defense out of sorts against that Wildcat, and they give up a big play.
You know, as a defense, you can have the right call and the right guy in the right spot, but that guy's just too good. And how about the running back on that play? Just making it happen, breaking off the huge game. It's tough to get these guys on the ground.
On the snap, it's Haynes. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Looking downfield, it's Underwood. Under fire! And they get to the quarterback and knock it down back at the 16.
Sometimes you get to the right, it's so clean, and sometimes, like on this play, the DBs do a great job covering, make the QB hold the football, and then the rush gets up.
Third and long, and they have got to pick it up, but they also need to stay in position for a field goal try. They get to him as he throws. Touchdown, Green. That score gives them the lead here in the second overtime. This dude is just slicing and dicing this defense into little tiny pieces.
Carving him up, completely comfortable, knows exactly what he's getting, had so much success today. You got to find a way to make these quarterbacks feel more uncomfortable.
Can't do it better than that. The two-point conversion is good, and the lead is 8. Now on first down, they need to answer with a touchdown. He might want another play. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Shoots it to the left. And they can't make the connection.
It seemed like there may have been a miscommunication there between the QB and receiver, just not on the same page.
Behind the chains now on second and long.
Green 25.
Looking to throw, it's Levitt. Unleashes one deep. Almost had the huge interception there. Man, what a change that would have been. Instead, we're looking at third down.
Man, an almost disaster again. again for this offense. He's already thrown 2 interceptions. The defense got their hands on another one. They are dialed in. They really got a good beat on this passing game.
Third down in overtime, and they need to get it to the end zone. On third and long, trying to convert through the air. Got it in the middle, it's McClain. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be first and goal from there.
Well, this guy's having a day. It doesn't matter where he's lined up or what routes he's running. He just seems to always be getting open, and his quarterback is taking notice. He's looking his way. Nice job there, throwing in time, getting it to him in space, and allowing him to go to work. This is turning into a very nice statistical day for this wide receiver.
He wants it